I was the field office director for the Denver field office, which covers all of Colorado and Wyoming. It's a senior executive service position. So my background at ICE, I started as a deportation officer with Immigration Naturalization Service, rose up through the ranks. I taught at the academy from 2003 to 2005. I was an instructor for the ICE program. I taught a 287G program when it first was offered in the early 2000s, teaching police officers immigration law and how to use that law to identify people that are in the country unlawfully. So we go through the program in 287G. It's a multi-week program. And we had initially we had a combination of ICE attorneys and ICE deportation officers teaching that program.
Can you tell me what goes into training specifically for 287G?
Sure. So they have a model in which they can bring officers to Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, which is in Brunswick, Georgia. It's the academy for many federal agencies throughout the United States. They bring them there. I believe the program is a 3 to 4 week program right now, as it is. They bring them in, and basically what is taught is just the immigration law portion of it, which would be naturalization law and removal law and non-immigrant law. So they're teaching them about visas, they're teaching them about naturalization, and they're teaching them about removal law.
Immigration enforcement law is obviously a very complex topic. Is that enough training, or should there be more, in your opinion?
Well, they're not going into as much depth as an ICE officer is. What they're doing is they are ascertaining whether somebody is currently in the country unlawfully. There is a ICE supervisor that's assigned to those teams to go through whatever materials, whether they're doing a notice to appear or whether they're doing a warrant of arrest. And it's an ICE supervisor that's looking over those materials to ensure that everything was followed through. These officers already have training in basic investigations and other things as law enforcement officers. All that ICE is really giving them is the ability to understand, the difference between, a non-immigrant and an immigrant, and, somebody who maybe is naturalized and gained United States citizenship.
Why do you feel there is a push now, at least in Texas, from what we've seen, to sign up more agencies to this program?
It's a, manpower issue right now with ICE. So, using some of the resources from local law enforcement, it definitely helps out in, being able to identify people in the jail that may be unlawfully present, that are illegally in the United States. So, if they're more aware of the process in which someone is released to ICE, I think that it's a much smoother process than if ICE is just coming into the jail.
But there's also a task force model. Is that the same thought you have for the task force model?
Yes, we had a task force model here in Colorado, and there was a lot of oversight with the task force model. Normally, we would send officers out with the task force, and there was a lot of oversight from ICE supervision through ICE to make sure that task force model was operating efficiently and within the bounds of the law. So yes, they're not just unleashed out onto the street. There's a lot of oversight from ICE to ensure, that what they're doing is within the 287G capacity. With the task force model,